point agenda that they want to stop issuing out COS for care worker visas for so many other reasons as well. But looking at this list as at today, is a construction site manager jobs in London with work. It was posted 7 days ago. Salary is 58,000 to 60,000 per year. Benefits: work visa sponsorship available for eligible candidates. This is just Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. You guys, my name is Chi Dominica. If this is the first time you're stopping by, you're highly welcome. So on this channel, I make videos on how to travel, how to come over to the UK, how to jack back to other countries as well, the Caribbean. Feel free to join the family, like, share this video, and most importantly, subscribe to this channel. So you guys, today I'm going to be talking about the latest updates on the shortage occupation list. So before I continue, let me explain what that means. So guys, there is this organization called MAC, Migration Advisory Committee here in the UK. They are the ones who let the UK government know that, okay, these particular sectors, they are lacking workers and it's high time we source workers internationally. So over time, they keep updating this list, which is literally the list where you find shortages. The UK would now require, companies to sponsor people coming to the UK to work. So I'm going to be letting you guys know the latest professions that they've added there, the latest areas where they're lacking workers, and they're like, if you can do this, come over to the UK. They are calling you, they need you guys. So, and aside that, also in this video, recently they put out this 12-point agenda of trying to cut down migration as well. And they're like, oh, I did a whole video on that, explaining the whole situation regarding care visas. So in this video as well, we're going to also find out if the care visa is still part of the visas that require sponsorship, or rather that they can still sponsor if they're still allowed to sponsor people over to the UK. Because we're told that, oh, as at 7th of August, there were some new changes and people were speculating that the care visa might not be there anymore. So this is mid-August and we're going to find out together. So stay tuned to the channel. And on top of that as well, I will actually be telling you guys about these new professions, these new occupations that they've added, how to go about securing jobs in that department, okay, in those departments that I'll be mentioning, how to find jobs with sponsorships. So if you know anybody who qualifies for any of this position, let them know that the UK is calling them to come over. Okay, so let's just jump right into the video. So you guys, if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my laptop here because I have it here. I'll be reading out some things to you guys, but I'll actually be inserting them here on the screen as I'm reading it out as well. So these jobs are bricklayers and masons. If you're a bricklayer, you know anybody who's a bricklayer, you are needed in the UK urgently. We have roofers, we have roof tillers and slaters, we have carpenters and joiners. Any carpenter that you know, let them know that they are needed, okay? We have construction and building trades, not elsewhere classified, and we have plasterers. So you guys, they recently added all of this. Now, bear in mind that any job you find would have, their own requirements. Some will tell you they want somebody who has maybe 3 years experience, 2 years experience, but the bottom line is that these occupations, they are now recruiting people internationally. So if you know anybody who qualifies for any of this role, let them know that, okay, they can migrate over to the UK. That's about that. Now, I'm still coming back to tell you guys how to get jobs in these areas. But before then, let's talk about the care worker. Now, so you guys, care workers were added to this list sometime in 2021. Like I mentioned in my last video, I'll actually put the card up here for you guys to go and watch it if you've not seen it. And recently, people thought, or people have been speculating, like I mentioned, that they would soon stop giving it out. Not just speculating, but they said it themselves. It's part of their 12-point agenda that they want to stop issuing out COS for, care worker visas for so many other reasons as well. But looking at this list as at today, which is like 14th of August, the care workers and home carers, senior care workers, all jobs, they are still here on this list. So what that means is that at the moment, they are still sponsoring people to come into the UK to work as care workers or caregivers. So if you know anybody who is interested in that and they've been pursuing it, maybe because of the whole news that's going around that they're going to scrap it, if the person has, withdrawn from that idea, let them know that they should still go ahead, keep trying. They've not done it as yet, so it is not over until it is over. Okay, so let them go ahead and apply because it is still here on the list. They've not withdrawn it as at today's date. Okay, now let's now talk about how to get jobs in these other sectors. So first of all, There are some websites like just like any other job, even your care jobs where you source them from. You have websites. First of all, you can Google, there's Indeed, there's Read, there's Glassdoor. I'm going to include the links to all those websites in my description box so you can go there and click on them and look for jobs. Actually, I would search the jobs I'm going to call out right now. I will also insert the link to those jobs in my description box so that make it easier for you guys to go ahead and apply. So I'm going to read out one or two so that I would see the requirements and what they need and see that they actually sponsor people in this occupation. So let's start. So guys, the very first one I have here is a construction site manager jobs in London with work. It was posted 7 days ago. It says Randstad CPE is a leading recruitment agency in the UK. The title is construction site manager. Company name is there. Location UK. Salary is 58,000 to 60,000 per year. Now, this just reminded me before I continue. Let me also add this information. I wrote it down here, you guys, that all those jobs that they just mentioned, so that you don't think, oh, because it's carpentry, it's bricklayer, what would the salary look like? They have a minimum salary of £10.75 per hour and £20,960 per year. So it is really worth the move. Okay, take it as soon as you grab this offer. So let's go back to this job that I was reading. So education secondary, like if you have, is these are jobs that require your, manual, they require your energy, if I must say so myself. They require you to be strong. You majorly see men in this department. So even if you stopped at secondary level, it wouldn't really determine if it's something that you can do. Now, I'm not saying education is not important here, but obviously it's a job that requires manual labor. Okay. So they are accepting secondary level, bachelor's degree, diploma, and this one says 1 to 3 years of experience. So if you've been working as a construction site manager for a little over a year, they're saying you can apply. Okay. Now, mind you, when you go for the interviews, they're going to ask you questions that, as someone who has actually done these jobs, you should be able to answer them. So don't think this will be an avenue for you to say, oh, maybe you've just done it for a while and want to go and claim that you've been doing it for years. So take note of that as well. Then they've listed the key responsibilities. Like I said, I'll put the screenshot here and I'll also put the link to this particular one in my description box. You can go and read it up yourself. Then if you scroll down, you see where they said benefits. Benefits. Work visa sponsorship available for eligible candidates. Which is what I just explained right now, that you have to be eligible for the role. Okay, you don't just wake up and apply when you know you're not eligible. So you have to be eligible for this role. So there's work visa sponsorship available, competitive compensation and benefit package, opportunities for career growth and advancement within the construction industry, be part of a reputable and well-established recruitment agency in the UK, supportive and inclusive work environment. So, know anybody who fits into this role, somebody who can do this type of job, let them know that these vacancies are available here in the UK and they are ready to sponsor you, okay, for you to come over. And if you're being sponsored, the visa application fee, everything is less, everything is cut down. It's easier for you to migrate, okay. So guys, let's take another example. Let me give you guys another example of a different job that falls under this category. So this one is for carpenters or joiners. Like I said, carpenters are also called joiners here. Skills provision is searching suitably for a joiner for a company in Devon, United Kingdom. Da, 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 employer, da, 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 da. Now, visa sponsorship is available for this position if required. Title, joiner, sector, carpentry, position, full-time, location is Devon. 40 hours per week minimum, Monday to Fridays with Saturdays during peak trading time. The full description of the role is all down here. I'm going to insert it here on the screen and also insert the link to this job role as well in my description box. The requirement, this one says a minimum of 3 years experience, ideally in bench joinery experience, making gates and garden furniture would be welcome. So excellent attention to details. Da, 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 da. Now, there's something that's also mentioned here. It says if applying from outside of the UK, the ability to meet the skilled worker visa requirements, e.g., IELTS. So, not because you think you're coming over to do carpentry, you would not require IELTS. It is one of the requirements for skilled worker visa. That one comes from the UK government themselves. It's not the company that is saying you must have IELTS. It's a requirement, an essential requirement that you should have. Okay, so I would just advise you, if you fall into any of these categories, even other roles on the shortage occupation list, you should write your IELTS and keep it handy, because, like I mentioned before, they update this list. So recently they added this ones. You don't know which other role they'll add very soon. So even if you don't qualify for any of these at the moment, you should try and write your IELTS. In fact, it's the very first thing I advise anybody who is looking to travel. Just write it and keep it. It will come in handy. Okay. So they are requesting it here, and the salary is £11 to £13 per hour with other bonuses. So as you can see, it is written there that visa sponsorship is available if required. Okay, so you guys, if you know anybody who falls into any of these categories, feel free to tell them to apply. It's very easy to apply. Okay, you just visit the website, click on the link, follow the instructions. Once you know you are qualified for any of these roles. So this is where I'm going to be ending this video. If you have any more questions, I'm available to answer. I'll leave my email address here on the screen. Feel free to send me an email, follow me on IG, etc., etc. So I'll see you guys some other time.